Hey everyone, welcome back. We have the Tel Aviv Grand Slam coming up this week. So these are my picks for each category. Hit that like and subscribe button and let's get into it. So Smetov from Kazakhstan will be competing. One of the biggest names in the judo world. A real dominant force, doesn't lose to too many people. Specifically the Japanese competitors who won't be competing at the Tel Aviv Grand Slam. There's also going to be no Russians. So keep an eye out for Smetov. I'm picking he's going to be one of the standout performers of the entire competition across all weight categories. But of course, he's got to get through Nozadze from Georgia. And Nozadze has really nice judo. I mean, look at this uranage. He's a real specialist when it comes to throwing, a real technician, and he's really good on the ground as well. Interestingly, Smetov and Nozadze haven't faced each other. So it's kind of like young blood versus an old legend. I'd really like to see that matchup, and I'm hoping it happens. Garrigos is another strong competitor at under 60. I really like what the Spanish team has done in recent years. They've got a lot of really great judoka across all weight categories. And I like the Spanish colors they always have on the gi. But yeah, Garrigos, strong, big thrower. Check out this Ochigari. Always going for the Ippon, really good judo, but I'm not too sure if he'll get through Nozadze or Smetov, and also Husseinov from Azerbaijan. Husseinov, he's a really crazy, I'm going to use the word crazy, but I mean look at these attempts, just one-handed sodes, drop sodes. He used to do reverse seoi nages. He's got a score against Nagayama using this technique. He used to use it a lot. It's interesting to see that he's developing his judo now without the reverse seoi nage. He's got a lot of interesting throws. Bit of a wild card now that one of his main throws has been taken away from him, but strong competitor. I don't think he'll get through Nozadze or Smetov, but we will see. He can definitely just pull a rabbit out of a hat, and that's why he's the #1 seed. At 66, two Israeli judoka who are competing, Flicker and Shmailov, if I'm saying that correctly, I hope so. But Flicker, I just picked him because he's got a really fast Ippon seoi nage, but Shmailov is definitely the higher ranked Israeli judoka and definitely has some of the bigger wins. And interestingly, a lot of his losses are against people who are not competing, like Lombardo, a couple of Japanese judoka, obviously. Yondon Perenlai, he's not going to be there. Zantaraya, Anbol, for example, Chopanov from Russia. So Shmailov definitely has a chance to take gold in his home country. And my last pick is Gaitero. Gaitero is really, really strong. Big pickups, amazing newaza, and he's got a really good match against Abe Hifumi from Japan. They went into golden score. Obviously he lost that match, but Gaitero, really, really strong judoka. I like his judo, aggressive, and I do love how powerful he is and how he mixes in the newaza as well. So always a good watch, Gaitero. Unfortunately, he's got a loss against Shmailov, so if they come up again, you never know. He might lose again, he might win. It'll be interesting to see. At 73, Ordujov, and at 73, I'm only picking two competitors. It's Ordujov and Haydarov from Azerbaijan. The two top competitors in this category competing at Tel Aviv, I think. Ordujov recently lost at the Paris Grand Slam kind of early on, and I think he was kind of maybe not happy with his performance, and he will be looking to get revenge. Haydarov, he's kind of taken a interesting kind of turn in recent years. He used to be kind of an emotional judoka, but now he's just like a bit of a newaza assassin. I mean, look at this really interesting choke that he's got, Sankakujime, but he's got his hand wrapped around the neck with the gi. And he's #1 seed, so it'll be interesting to see what he does. I think he might take it. I definitely like his chances more than Ordujov. At 81 now, we've got Muki. And Muki, someone else who competed at the Paris Grand Slam, didn't have the best performance. And he is someone who, I mean, look at this, taking out Cass, for example, and becoming world champion. He is someone who's been at the top of the game. but recently his performances haven't been the best, so we'll see. He's on home soil, so maybe that will help him get on top of the podium. But he's going to have to get through Cass, and Cass has just been, you know, on form of late. He used to be really, you know, almost solely newaza focused, kind of pulling people to ground like this and then getting a submission. But recently he's really got a lot of good throws, a lot of good Ippons to his name. Had a really big Ippon Seoinage at the Paris Grand Slam. So Cass just constantly evolving, constantly making himself a better judoka, going towards the Paris Olympics, obviously. So I think it might be a little bit difficult to get through Cash, but I've got two other judoka at 81, and they are Albarak from Turkey. Just a huge thrower, has some really big koshiwaza. Unfortunately, going out early at the Paris Grand Slam against Petri, the French judoka, but he has a win over Cass. He's got a really good record against a lot of strong judoka, and he's a power horse, so we will see how he does. But he does have a loss against another Belgian judoka, and that is Chochi. Chochi, I love his judo. It's fast, exciting. He's got throws from all sorts of places, and he's got a big osotogari, which I like, one of my favorite throws. So Albarak having a win over Cass, but Chochi having a win over Albarak. It'll be interesting to see where the draw ends them up. So 81, a strong category, and it should be a good watch. Under 90 now, and this first pick of mine, Schmink. I think he's a judoka who's kind of up and coming, has some really good wins over a lot of high-level competition, like Givanashvili, Shrajdashvili, for example, Palati, also from Italy. So we'll see how he does. Toth from Hungary, kind of a veteran on the scene, good newaza, interesting uchimata, even though he's usually the shorter guy on the mat, so it's interesting to see him compete, and he's definitely upped his game in recent years. And also Boltabayev from Uzbekistan. You guys might have some other picks at under 90, I'm not too sure. This is what I'm going with, so let me know in the comments. Alright, under 100 now, we've got Al Nahas from Canada. Al Nahas, I love his judo, even though that throw there is now illegal, so he'll have to watch that one. And outside of Al Nahas, I've got one more pick, but there are a lot of really interesting competitors at under 100s. Gasimov, for example, from Azerbaijan, Karel from the Netherlands, but I do think Al Nahas and Patrick Peter from Israel, most likely it's going to be one of these two. And I do feel sorry for Patrick Peter. I kind of said he was old, no good anymore in my prediction for the Paris Grand Slam, but he went through and he pretty much won the thing, in my opinion. I don't think that final score should be Hansokomake in the final. I don't think he was head diving. Well, he was head diving, but I think it should be legal. But Patrick Peter, really strong judoka, lots of good techniques, good counters. And with the home advantage behind him, I'm sure he'll kind of build on his performance at Paris. I definitely think in his mind he thinks he won that as well, so we'll see what he does. I do think Patrick Peter probably going to be gold for him on the day. And last three picks for the plus 100s. Silva, just a giant man from Brazil. Gets so many wins to his name, so he's hard to defeat a lot of the times. He's good at playing the Judo game as well, so we'll see who can get past him. Meyer from the Netherlands as well. A shorter judoka for the category, but really strong. Somehow manages to get people down to the mat. Although matchups can be difficult for him, but we'll see who he gets matched up with. You never know. Could work out well for him in the draw. And last but not least, Tishishvili from Georgia, big strong man, Olympic silver medalist, and so we'll see if he can build on that and claim gold at Tel Aviv. So that's it, guys. Let me know who your picks are in the comments, and I'll talk to you soon.